Here are top 10 SQL questions that you might be asked during your job interview. Hi, my name is Eugene and I'm a data engineer with over 5 years of experience in the industry. And during these 5 years, I have been to the both sides of the interviewing process. I have been there as a candidate and as one of the interviewers. So for this video, I have reflected on these experiences to come up with a comprehensive list of top 10 SQL questions that you might encounter during your interviewing process. So without further ado, let's dive into the questions. Question number 6. What is a case statement? It's a very simple question. A case statement is basically a conditional expression, pretty much like an if-else statement. And for this one, I have an example right here. So let's say we have such a source table. Again, we have some people here and their salary. And we want to assign a salary group to each person in this table. And we do it like this. So we start a case statement and we write it as an if statement, as you would write it in any programming language. So here is the logic, like if salary is more or equal to 60K, then salary group we set to high. If it's more than 50K but less than 60K, because 60K is the first condition, then we set it to medium. Otherwise, we set it to low because it's less than 50K. Here are the results of how it would look like. And question number 7. What are the aggregate functions in SQL? And we need to provide some examples here. So the aggregate functions are the tools that we use to perform calculations on the set of rows and return a single summary value. And it's important. We just aggregate functions with group by or by itself on the table. They return you a single value. Another small thing that I want to mention is that they can be used either with group by or on the whole table. And here are some examples of most common aggregate functions, like count, that just counts rows within a group or on the whole table. Sum, used to sum up the values. Average, it does exactly what you think it does. Max and min, the same, maximum and minimum values. And I have a short example for you here. So let's say we just have a table with one column amount. Oh, I hate this thing, what they do with BigQuery UI. So basically one column with a bunch of numbers here. And let's perform the aggregation on the whole table here. So as you can see, we receive one row that has 4 columns. Number of sales means number of rows in this table. Total sales, we did the sum, so the sum of all these values. Average sale, exactly how you would calculate average by doing the sum and dividing by the number of entries. And maximum and minimum sale amounts. And I'll comment it out and let's see how it looks with the group. Oh, I don't need to comment it out. So we have here another dummy source table. So we have added here a salesperson, like a sales representative, and the sales that this person did. So we have Alice and Bob, and we do we select from sales a group by salesperson, and we want to know how much money each person brought to the company. So we have Alice, she did 2 sales and total of 2,500, and the same for Bob, 2 sales, 2,500. So as a short summary, when we use aggregation function on the whole table, we just apply it to all rows in this table. And when we use it with group by, we apply it only to the subset of rows, to the group, and we calculate these values for this group. And question number 8. This one is a bit more difficult, but extremely popular one, and the one you should really understand very well. It's about window functions. What are they and how they're different to aggregate functions with group by? Very, very common question, and you really need to understand it. So in a few words, a window function performs calculations across rows related to the current row without collapsing them, and an aggregate function with group by reduces multiple rows into a single result per group. And I'll quickly come back to the previous example. We had 2 entries per Alice, 2 entries per Bob, and we did a group by salesperson. It was a key. And as you can see in the result, we had only 1 row per Alice and 1 row per Bob. I have a separate example for this specific question, so let's look at it. We have this source table, salesperson, the month when the sale was made, and the amount of the sale. And in the first example, we use group by. And let's see what we get. So we group by salesperson, and we get the sum of sales. Let me fix this ugly UI. As you can see, we get only 1 row per each salesperson, and also we completely disregarded the column month because it was neither grouped and we didn't do any aggregation in it. So it's just missing here. Another example would be the same thing, the same calculation of sum of sales per person, but using window function and sum aggregate function. Let's execute it. So here is what we did here. We were selecting from this sales table, the same one, source table. We selected all rows from it, and we did one more thing. We used a window function here. So we want to calculate a sum of amounts that were earned, the amount of money, over partition by salesperson, and we want to name this column total sales per person. It works exactly like group by in terms of this calculation. It creates a group by using this partition by salesperson and then calculates a sum within this group. But it does not collapse the records into one. And it can be very useful in situations where you still want to have individual entries but want just some common number for a certain group. Alright, coming close to an end, question number 9. How do rank, dash rank, and row number differ? So all of these guys, they are window functions. So rank, dash rank, row number, we use them as window functions. So here are the differences. Rank gives us gaps in ranking if there are ties. I'll show you an example right now if you have no idea how these guys work. Dense rank gives us no gaps in ranking, and row number assigns unique number regardless if there is a tie or there is no tie. So let's quickly jump into the BigQuery. Again, we have the following table, name and salary, and let's run this query and look at the results and walk through the query. So what we are doing here, we are selecting from employees name, salary, and the first window function rank, and we do it like this. We call rank function over, we order by salary. So basically we do not have a partition by key, so we order based on the whole table here, and this will be a rank. And as you can see, Alice and Clara had the same salary, and they both got rank 1. Then 2 other guys with highest salaries, second highest salaries, were Bob and Dan. The rank for Bob started with not number 2, but with number 3, because there was a tie between Alice and Clara. And that's what I meant here, that with gaps in ranking if there are ties. So here was a gap and number 2 was not used. And again with Eve, because there was a tie between Bob and Dan, number 4, rank 4 was skipped, and Eve got the rank of 5. And Dan's rank, as you could have guessed, does not have these gaps. So there was a tie, Alice and Clara, but for Bob and Dan, they both got a Dan's rank of 2 and Eve the rank of 3. And finally, the row number, it gives us unique row numbers regardless whether there was a tie or there was no tie. So we have unique numbers here, and row number is a great way to get rid of duplicates. If you ever encounter duplicates in your table and you need to get rid of them, you will probably use row number for that. And the last 10th question. This one is a bit different. How would you find the second highest salary in a table? This is not like a completely theoretical question, this is like a practical question, but I did it deliberately just to emphasize it, that this is a very common thing, that your interview will not be limited by theoretical SQL questions. There will most likely be practical tasks or practical things that interviewers will ask you to do. And there is only one way to prepare for these questions, and it's obviously to practice a lot. If you have no idea how to practice, just use Google and just search for practice SQL questions, practice SQL tasks, and you'll find many websites, many free resources with tasks that you can solve. So just go ahead and practice. But regarding this question, we will still solve it together here. It's a pretty simple one. So let's have a look at the source table. We have our salespeople and their salaries. So the same people, their salaries. And we have two methods to solve this task. How would you find second highest salary in the table? So the first option would be to use a subquery. And here is what we do here. We select max salary from employees right here, and it will give us one scalar number here, the top one salary. And then we select max salary from employees where salary is less than max salary. So basically here we selected top salary, and at this part we selected all rows except for the row with the top salary, and then we applied a max to this query where we don't have the highest salary, and the max applied to this table will give us the second salary in the overall table. Second method to solve it is the following. We can use the dense rank window function that we have just learned about. I'll execute it. I'll bring back the column. And here is what's happening here. We select name and salary from a subquery where we do like select everything from dense rank over window function order by salary. So we order the whole table based on salary and we assign a rank. And because we use dense rank, we are sure that if there are more than two different salaries, there will be for sure one record with the rank of 2, and we select it here. And here I have a small bonus question for you, which is related actually to the previous question where we discussed the difference between row number, rank, and dense rank. So why row number or rank would not work in this query? Use it as an opportunity to practice answering these types of questions and write your response in the comment section. I can give you my word, I will look at it and reply to it. Yeah, so just take your time and do it and practice it, and you'll be better like this. And this is it. These were top 10 questions that you might be asked during your job interview, whether you're interviewing for data analytics, data engineering, data science, or software engineering. SQL is a huge part in any of these jobs. So take your time, learn SQL, practice a lot, and this will be extremely useful in your career. If you're interested in more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. I would be very thrilled to have you here. With that, thanks for watching, see you in the next one, and happy coding!